the like differences of events because I can tell off the bat he's definitely going to deny all of that. But yeah, man, I wanted to have you on this platform for a while, man. As you saw somebody comment, please make sure you're following Tosin's own platform. If you're too lazy to click comments in the chat, then obviously it's in the what do you call it again? The title, people. So don't be lazy, support Arsenal. But you know what? Yeah, I've got a couple of things to ask you. We're going to speak about your careers. We're going to go
Yeah,
over
yeah, of course.
Semenyo. And we're going to talk about the title, yeah. But as I said, it's your first time on the platform. So I just want to kind of get your headspace of where you're at, yeah. What did you make of the gaffer Mikel Arteta? Because a lot of people are of the belief of, you know, if, whatever way you shape it, if you don't win a title this season, you might have to go. You probably do have to go, depending on who you ask. Like, where are you at with the manager since we've been fighting for a title, man? It's 4 years now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I got a love-hate relationship with Mikel Arteta. Not gonna
Same.
lie, because there's moments I like him, and there's moments that he just irritates me. Because I think he definitely needs to deliver this season. I think if he doesn't, I don't think the club will sack him. I think the club will back
Same.
him. But I think I've pulled away. Like he has to show me something now because he's had enough. You know, he's had enough. Okay, belief points for the past 4 seasons. Now you actually need to deliver something. You need to deliver something big. So
Gotta get over the
that's why I
line.
stand with him. I think he's a good manager. Obviously, you don't accomplish what he's accomplished, even though he's not won a big trophy. Like you'd be a liar to say his appointment has not coincided with an upturn in the club's fortune, an upturn in squad building, an upturn even in culture off the pitch, an upturn in connection between the club and fans again.
Facts.
Obviously, you have to give Arteta credit for that, but at the same time, it's just that just because you did all of that, it doesn't give you what's the word? It doesn't give you the keys to Arsenal Football Club. Arsenal Football Club is bigger than Arteta. So if Arteta can't, even though you've helped build all this and you've been a central part, if you can't then with this deliver the title, you need to go. And we can bring in someone else. Don't tell me, oh, but if you get rid of him, who can you bring in? Oh, it's like, no, don't tell me that rubbish because that's what people were saying about Klopp last season. But Slot came in. You just need someone. It doesn't need to be a world beater. It just needs to be someone who can make the best use of the tools available. So that's my honest views on Arteta. He's got to win something this season to gain my 100% support. Let's put it
I
that way.
can't lie, it's refreshing hearing somebody say that, yeah, because you've said exactly how I feel. I think people are a bit disingenuous with the manager in that, you know, he's either the best thing since sliced bread to some or he's mad terrible. Clearly, the man's a good manager, as you
Exactly.
articulated well. There's all the statistics out there. Everyone knows Arsenal's a difficult game when you play us in the Premier League. We get a lot of, I think personally, we get more respect, like with the media, like outside of England and the way the coaches speak about us and all of that. We're competitive. You know, I don't need to ask you. I'm pretty sure you'd agree that, you know, Berta's done his thing. We had a great summer.
Totally.
You've got all
Totally.
the tools. For me, it's just it's an over the line thing now, innit? Because we flirted with it. There's been a lot of foreplay. We're closer to getting over the line than not. And you made a crucial point because some people would sit there and say, oh, what manager would you get? I don't know. We could get better. We could get worse. Personally, I'd like someone more experienced. The dream would be like a Luis Enrique type figure just to get us over the line.
Oof.
But at some point, we're going to have to consider everything. And then when even people say, who do we get? It's okay not to know because Arteta was
Exactly.
working for Pep. So it can work, bro. But I want him to do it. But at some point, we're going to have to try something because it's the same way what we've seen certain players have done good, but we've been able to upgrade. Certain players haven't been able to. That has to extend to the gaffer. Like Berta's come in. The players are obviously good. As you said, the things off the field, the ground's rocking. It's just an over the line thing. So that leads me to ask you, yeah, because another thing that I don't know how you feel on it, so I'll expand after. But like, obviously, you know, your brother was excited because Spurs won a trophy, Newcastle won a trophy, Palace won a trophy. We didn't win the Premier League, as you said. Slot come in and they won the Prem. A lot of people in May were of this. Like a trophy's just a trophy's a trophy type thing. It doesn't matter if you win the champs or if you win the League Cup. Like we need to get over the line type of thing, innit? Do you feel like because that was said in May, but if we fast forward to May 2026 and God forbid we only have an FA Cup or a League Cup, do you think that cuts it with either yourself or the fan base and all that stuff?
No, it doesn't, to be honest. It doesn't. I mean, I'll take it. I will take it, but it doesn't cut the mustard because, bro, this is a team that needs to win the title. This is a team that's got to deliver. Like, how long are we going to be saying potential, potential, potential? And it's true, you need to win these as a platform to go on to greater things, right? But at the same time, if I think about the best teams that have won something, I look at when what team was it? I look at Man City. I look at Man City right before right before Mancini. I look at Man City, Mancini's first season. They won the FA Cup. Great platform, right? But what did they do that summer? They bought in Aguero. They already had David. They bought in Aguero. They already had David Silva. They already had all these players. They brought in players, and the squad was stacked. They already had Dzeko. Now they got Aguero. Now they already had company. Now they got these. And I'm just thinking they've got the Coloros. They got all of these players. They got the cliches. You're just thinking, okay, cool. This is a team ready to win the title, and they won the title. And I think where people get twisted with Arsenal is that, of course, I want to win a trophy, but I absolutely will not be satisfied if we end the season with like an FA Cup or Carabao. Even if we won both of them, I won't be satisfied. I'll be content. No, I won't even be content. I'll take them, but I won't be satisfied with that because I know what this team is capable of. And you're going to tell me this springboard stuff because if it can't happen now with this team that is absolutely ready to win the league, when is it going to happen? When is it going to happen?
Yeah. When is it going to happen? And even like you mentioned, Slot coming in and winning the title is kind of, I wouldn't say it's bad news for Arsenal, but it's like, next man's come in and won. Why haven't you lot did it? And don't get it twisted. I'm not saying you or myself or anyone in the chat. I do think there's a lot of disingenuousness when people discuss Arsenal and the case for silverware. Even there's one thing that pisses me off, bro. It's, he spent £1 billion and whatever. I hear that. And he have spent money. But then for me, if you're going to criticize Mikel Arteta, you have to criticize him from that first year we fought for the title. It's specifically after winning major silverware. The first year we fought for the title. What was that? Whenever Zinchenko and Jesus came in.
22-23 season.
You see, that's where I'm like, okay, whatever money you've spent in that period, whatever you've done in that period, that's where I'm looking at. And then there's a sense, I must admit, that, and I don't know how you feel on this. Is there a sense that Mikel Arteta might be the man before the man, if that makes sense? Like people always compare Brendan Rodgers. So yeah.
100. And the thing is, I was saying this last summer, right? Because it was last season was mad disappointing. I was very, very optimistic, but what we did in the summer transfer window was just a joke.
Abysmal.
And then in January as well. But like I keep telling people, bro, like you don't have to be. You can still play a part in the club's journey. You don't have to be the guy. And I think where a lot of fans, I think especially a lot of Arteta supporters, I don't even like that. Oh, Arteta in or Arteta. It's like, bro, we're Arsenal. We want the club to do well. It's not really about in or out. You can talk about a guy doing a good job, but at the same time still not being ready. I think a lot of people confuse wanting Arteta to do well and actually believing, based on what you've seen, based on the evidence, based on what the team's producing, that he is the guy to take the club forward. And I think people get confused between the two. I'm all for cool. If you can deliver the title, you're my guy. But if not, bro, there's no shame in that. You've taken the club to a point where we've got the best, probably arguably the best defense in European football, if not world football.
Arguably the best squad as well.
Arguably, we've got one of the best. We've got probably the best squad in the Premier League at the moment. And I'm just thinking, okay, cool, bro, you've done a great job. You've been. How can I describe it? Obviously, I'm a Christian, innit? So it's like John the Baptist. My man prepared the way for Jesus. He wasn't the main guy, but he was happy to be the guy to prop. Arteta can be that guy. He can be that guy.
There's like the story of Moses. You got to the promised land. You didn't necessarily get to go in.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. You don't need to be the Joshua, bro. It's fine. You've done your thing. And I think sometimes fans, I think it's because fans, especially Arsenal fans, they have just this burning desire. It has to be Arteta or bust. It must be. No, it's not. Like, we just need the right guy to do the job. So honestly, that's my views on whether or not he's the guy to take us forward. I think he can be the guy that helps us. There's nothing wrong with that, man.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Again, I want him, like you said, everybody wants him to do well. Even if I didn't believe, even if I thought Arteta was the worst manager in the league, end of the day, you're managing my club, bro. Like, same goes for the players. Right. I want you to do well, because what is the alternative? We bottle it, we lose, we do all these things, and we start effing and blinding. You want to get over the line. So that's obviously Arteta, yeah. How do you feel about Edu and now, Edu's time here, and obviously Berta's come in because he's been dealing with contracts, 8 signings unheard of, all that kind of stuff. Like,
yeah, it's honestly similar to Arteta, and that's why I'm hoping Arteta can prove me wrong in it. But Edu and Berta is a classic example of what I just spoke about, because Edu served a purpose at a particular point in time. Yes, he bottled a couple things, a couple deals, but he brought under him, Rice came. Under him, Ramsdale, he got
Magalhaes
criticised.
as well.
Ended up being
White.
a good signing. Under him, Ben White. Under him, Gabby Jesus, Zinchenko. All of these are under him, Gabriel. Fair enough, he had a lot of misses with like Willian and David Luiz and whatnot. But like under him, I would say the structure came in place that Berta could come in now and be like, okay, cool, let me do what I need to do. I personally don't think Berta, doing what I don't think he's able to do. He's able to have the platform to do what he's doing now. This summer just gone. If Edu didn't do what he did with the club before,
He'd have a lot more to do.
I don't think he had way more to do. So I think Edu. I have nothing against him. He made a couple mistakes, blunders here and there, but he got the club to ultimately where we are now. So now that's what
take us to the next one.
To take us to the next level. There's nothing wrong with that.
Fair. And you know what, Berta, you know, I liked Berta on paper, what he could have been when we was linked with him. You know, his CV speaks for itself. But I do think as Arsenal fans, we've been here before, innit? I definitely have. When we got, what was it, Raul Sanye, Mr. Diamond Eyes. Yeah, him, Michelin Tat. You know, when you see the names and the reputation, it doesn't always correlate. Credit to Berta. You joined in March, summer, you're doing your thing. The signings are one thing. But it's the speed of what you're, you know, and to be fair, Edu did it at times, but it's the speed of the new contracts. Us as Arsenal fans, yeah, we have seen previous ones where Saliba's contract will run into to this season, you know, Wanyeri, Miles Lewis-Skelly, all of them. So big him up for that, because I also feel, I won't quite say it puts pressure, because I think it's a collab thing, innit? But you can't blame Edu, sorry, anymore. Berta's done his job. Arteta, I hope you're doing your job. So then that leads me to ask you, yeah, about the owners, KSC, Cronkies, because I've always felt you can't just blame them for everything. I don't think they're the best owners, but they backed Arteta religiously, not just this year. They've backed you. When there's times you could have been sacked, they've given you new deals. We ripped up contracts, you know, all the stuff you're doing outside the ground. You've got I don't know, but it seems like Josh Kroenke and Arteta, they're very tight in it. And I never quite saw that with the Cronkies under Arteta. I know, under Wenger. I know Emery weren't that long, but him as well. So it's like, where are you at with your personal relationship with the Cronkies, or how you view them as well?
Honestly, I wasn't that big a fan of them. Let's say, honestly, I wasn't that big a fan of them 3 seasons ago. But look, I can say they backed the club. I've not really got anything to say against them. We wanted Rice, we got him. We wanted Mudryk. People forget there was a point where the club was bidding £80 million for Mudryk, bro.
Thank the Lord it didn't work out.
Bid £80 million for him purely because Arteta wanted him. Thank goodness it didn't work out. Anything. This is previously you could have said, okay, ownership not ambitious or anything and what. No. But let's be honest. I think this ownership have shown the ambition, because we're in a spot where we had made a lot of investment season before. Obviously, Rice for 105 M's, the unnecessary Havertz signing, Timber, Raya, all of these guys. So you're just thinking, okay, cool. We need to try and figure out a way to balance things. I think the issue with Arsenal is not really the ownership. I think the issue is that we're not as efficient in terms of being a club that buys. We're good. We've shown we're good at buying now, but in terms of selling, we're pants. So I don't think we can. And I think people underestimate how much of an impact this has on our business. It has a massive impact on our business. Like, look at, for example, us trying to get Hincapié. Look at negotiating for Kivior. We got what, 24 million for him, for a guy who's got two years Premier League experience, played in the Champions League, a Polish international, only 24, 25 years old. You've got Liverpool centre backs going for 36 million, and you mean to tell me you can only get 24
and Chelsea
million?
and City always selling academy prospects and whatnot.
You can't tell me that's an ownership thing. These guys, when Arteta has really wanted to play, they backed him. Yeah, fair enough. We didn't get all the players we wanted last summer, but he wanted Mikel Merino badly. We got that deal done. We wanted to pay less. We got that deal done.
Even when we got Raya, because Ramsdale's stock was kind of high as well.
Exactly.
Like, to do that as well.
Exactly. So I have nothing. My views have changed on them. I think they've shown their ambition, and obviously we even see plans now about stadium, renovation and whatnot. So look, the ownership has shown. Look, we want to win stuff. You know, like the team is ready. It's ready to compete. Let's just do what we need to do on the pitch.
I don't got you said it word for word, man. Let's just do it on the pitch. And that's it for me with the Cronkies. Like, obviously, we'd all I won't say we love Saudi owners, but we'd all love if it was at our club, Abramovich, just on how he's on spending, or Chelsea's owners would be perfect for us if we could have their money and their finances and just apply some common sense in it. But
Yeah.
when I accept the Cronkies for what they are, and all right, cool, you like to put people in place, let them do their thing. You love young coaches. I ain't really got an issue. I actually have no problem with owners making money. These men are businessmen, billionaires at that. Do your thing in it. And to be fair to the Cronkies, I do think there's a correlation from when I think they got full ownership in like 2019. They have improved the spending. Like you said, Kai Havertz, you couldn't evidently see if he was worth 65 million, but they did that. They brought in Raya where Ramsdale stock was kind of high. They backed him. We broke the record for us with Declan Rice. So I do think we're now being competitive. So again, it's not that I want to blame Arteta for everything or trying to blame for everything. You've got all you need in it. Like, you can just focus on footballing issues now, if I'm honest with you. So just win us the title, man. And like you said there as well, there's renovations going on. Obviously, that helps us commercially. I don't know if they want to get concerts or how that's all going to pan out, but we're doing what we need to do. I think you said it there, and I probably think that's the next step for Berta in that. We need to get better at selling, whether that's selling players like Kivior or that need to cut, whether that's, sometimes you'll see clubs, they might buy some random young player for like 3 million. He might not progress to the first team, but that 3 million might turn into 30. You do that a couple of times, it's reinvested. And I think we need to do that more. I don't know about you, but I think we need to do that more than the Cities and Chelsea's, because we haven't got bottomless pits of money. We're not broke, but we're not going to do what they're doing. So maybe I'm looking at it too basic, but if you sell a couple of players for the 10s, the 20s, the 30s, when you are trying to go for, I don't know, these Nico Williams and this one and that one and the third, you have some more money to play around with. So let's just hope we can get into it. On a footballing basis, though, what are we? 7, I think 10 in all comps, 7 games in the Premier League. What you made of Arsenal so far up until this point, man?
That's so funny. I'm literally going to do a video on that later. I think it's been a good start, man. I mean, we're top. It's been a good start. It's funny. That may seem a bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I might be downplaying it, but like, I don't think we're seeing the best of the team yet, which is normal.
Several games to go up.
7 games in. That's why I'm refusing to get caught up in the hype, because even Liverpool, people are talking, like, football changes so quickly. I heard people, when was it? Bro, I heard people before Newcastle. We forget the days before Newcastle. If Arsenal could be out of the title race, that. No. If this title done, no. It's just
and like, now look, we're the favourites apparently, and we're running away with it.
And I expect things to change, but so I think it's been a good start to the season. I think Arteta, he's a manager whose pride makes him make a lot of unnecessary mistakes, because he knows the obvious things he needs to do and he doesn't do it, and only when we get bit and we get stung, then he does it. And then by then, sometimes it tends to be too late.
Yeah.
Which is what we saw against Liverpool, which is what we saw against City. But I'm not going to lie, it's been a good start to the season. We see the difference Eze's made to the team. I've been pleased with Gyökeres. I know the goals are going to come.
You're going to speak about Gyökeres.
Obviously, there does need to be some criticism going his way, totally. But yeah, it's been a good start, man. I like what I'm seeing. There's a couple of players I want to see. There's a couple of players I want to see step up in terms of their quality, but like,
name names, man. Name names. Because I'll be real, yeah. I only ask you to name names, yeah. And I know there's a caveat. We're not fully in jigging the season. There's been injuries. There's been all of these kind of things, yeah. But and maybe it's the relationships, because I feel our defense is solid. They've got a good partnership, a good unit, all those things, and there's stability there. I won't say there's not stability in the final third, but it feels like there's a bit of a rejig. But I say that to say this, yeah. If I was to look at all of my players, like players of the season so far and all of that kind of stuff, I've probably got more defenders. Like, so I would probably say Raya, I'd probably say Calafiori, I'd probably say give or take Gabriel here and there. I think Timber's been amazing. I'm not really saying that in the attacking third. So yeah, my names, bro.
You
Rice as well. You could throw him in there.
He was going to be the first. I don't think he's been playing bad, but for me, and I said it on one of my videos I did last week. For me, people are talking Caicedo. Rice is the best. For me, after Rodri, so Rodri's the best 6 in the Prem. Rice is the second best 6. But if we're talking all-round midfielder, Rice is the best. Better than Gravenberch. Better than and I'll talk better than Caicedo. He's better passing range than Caicedo. better,
More
better,
complete than Caicedo for sure.
bruv.
And I rate
Obviously,
Caicedo.
Caicedo's, and that's levels because Caicedo's a baller. But for me, Rice is such a complete player, and one of the things that I want to see more from him is obviously he's not playing. It's kind of interesting because I'm trying to figure out the team because obviously I thought Zubimendi's going to be the person that's the 6 that sits there and kind of Rice is the box to box, but it's almost been kind of like you're playing 2 central mids and then 1 advanced central mid. So it's kind of like they're swapping positions. But when I do see Rice getting in that opportunity to get the ball, drive, and move forward, there's this thing he does where I'm looking at him, bro, you're driving with the ball, you're running, you're clearing past man. He did it against Newcastle, right? For that Trossard chance that hit the post.
Yeah,
you're running. Bro, there's space. You can go inside. You've got a great right foot. You can go inside and you can slap that goal. So I want to see more of that from Declan Rice. I actually think he's going to be a massive, massive pivotal part of what the team does well. Because it's no coincidence that when his form starts picking up a bit, I thought Newcastle was his best game so far this season.
Hundo.
I thought against West Ham he was good. It's no coincidence that when he starts playing better, the team starts playing better as a whole. So I want to see more from him. I obviously want to see a bit more from Ødegaard. He was starting to show that before
sucks with him, innit?
Yeah, before he got injured. I want to see more from Gyökeres, obviously. I think he's trying a bit too hard to score a goal. I think
definitely in these last 3 games, Gyökeres is trying too hard. Maybe he ain't scored in 6. He's getting a bit excited, overthinking stuff. 100%. I can't blame Arteta for these last 3 games with Gyökeres, if I'm honest.
Yeah, he's trying too hard. So, and I think so. So that's what I'd like to see offensively. I think I've been pleased with a lot of players, man. But I'd agree with you that the defensive players are catch my. I think for me, Timber would be one of my number ones. Raya as well. Gabriel, of course. Calafiori. I've been telling people about this guy. He's just like, he's crazy. The guy's
it's always been a fitness thing with him. You stay fit.
Yeah, he's a baller. I saw enough Euros. I'm like, yep, let's sign it. This guy's sick.